Hi, my name is Vishnu, and the FRQ that I've been working on is on electrochemistry. So the first question is asking to identify the anode of the cell and write the half reaction. So the anode of the cell is zinc, the electrode on the right. And we know this because zinc is a reducing agent, and this is the half reaction. And so the reason that we know that zinc is a reducing agent is because if you look at the standard reduction potential table, zinc has a more negative standard reduction potential, like number. So therefore, it has to be the one that oxidizes. And so for B, it's asking us to calculate the value of the standard cell potential. So yeah, so if you just look at the table, it tells you the values for the nickel half reaction and the zinc half reaction, and then you just add them up after you find the reactant that oxidizes, and then you put them into the net ionic equation, and then essentially you just add negative 0.25 and 0.763 because you switch it, and you get 0.51 volts for the standard cell potential. Okay, so C is asking us it's asking us to indicate how the value of E cell would be affected if you change the initial concentration of nickel nitrate from 1 molar to 0.10 molar, and zinc nitrate just remains at 1 molar. Okay, so E cell would decrease because if you use this equation, E cell is equal to E standard cell minus RT over N times L and Q, where Q is the initial concentration of zinc 2 plus over the initial concentration of nickel 2 plus. Decreasing the concentration of the nickel 2 plus would increase the value of Q, which means that E standard of the cell would be subtracted by a larger number, which means that E cell would be less. It would decrease. Yep. Okay. And then D is specify whether the value of KEQ for this cell reaction is less than 1, greater than 1, or equal to 1. Okay, so for D, since E standard of the cell is positive, because we solved it for B, it's 0.51 voltage, then that means K is greater than 1 because the equation, well actually two equations, the change in energy is equal to negative NFE, standard of the cell, and the change in G is equal to negative RT L and K. So if you put both of these equations equal to each other, and you solve for L and K, then you notice that the reaction will always be positive for L and K no matter what. But that's only if E of the cell is positive. If E of the cell is negative, then that means L and K would be equal to a negative number. And so it would mean that K would most likely not be greater than 1. But because E of the cell is positive, then that means K has to be greater than 1 no matter what. So yeah, so that's my FRQ. Thank you.